So as we've been reporting, coalition deals seem to be crumbling at quite an alarming rate. Over the weekend, the news broke that the EFF was ending its cooperation deal with the IFP. The EFF ordering all its deputy mayors to resign from councils where they're working with the IFP. Well, I'm joined now by the leader of the IFP, Velenkosini Hlabisa. Mr. Hlabisa, thank you so much for your time. From the IFP's perspective, what actually went wrong with your agreement to work with the EFF?
Good evening, Sally, as well as the listeners and the viewers of the eNCA channel. It was very unfortunate that on the 25th of January 2023, the delegation of the IFP and EFF came into a conclusion that the coalition agreement between both of us is coming to an end. It is not the EFF that terminated. On the 25th in Durban, we came into a mutual understanding that our agreement is coming to an end. Why? On the 18th of January, the EFF requested an urgent meeting to meet us. We went to Johannesburg. They made two requests. One, they requested the IFP to hand over Umhlathuze municipality, the second biggest economic hub in KwaZulu-Natal, which is formerly Empangeni. And secondly, they said they are requesting the IFP to vote together with the EFF and ANC at COJ and Ekurhuleni, and in return, they will give the IFP a mayoral position in Mogale City. We made a follow-up meeting on the 25th of January, and the IFP categorically stated that we cannot betray the confidence of the voters of Umhlathuze. They voted the IFP, and we can't betray their trust. And therefore, we cannot give them Umhlathuze. People of Umhlathuze voted the IFP, not the EFF. Secondly, we said in Mogale City, we do not believe in token mayors because they said at COJ, they will look for a small party as they have done with Al-Jama, who will become the mayor of COJ on behalf of the ANC, and Ekurhuleni, the EFF will look for a mayor on behalf of the EFF from smaller parties. These will be token mayors who will be manipulated and exploited by the EFF and the ANC. We said we do not want to be manipulated, and as long as the EFF comes with the ANC to the IFP, we will not get into any working arrangement with the ANC because the ANC has destroyed our country. I'm talking now,
Sure.
We are back to stage 5 of load shedding, unemployment, crime, the list is endless, which has been the catastrophe brought by ANC to our country, so we can't get into any relationship. And therefore, EFF said.
So, Mr. Hlabisa, I understand what you're saying, and certainly that second point, and we've seen other parties, Action SA among them, saying we won't work with the ANC. So there are principle stands, promises that you've made to your voters. But if we look at the situation around Umhlathuze, the Empangeni area, yes, it's a big area, but essentially what the EFF was suggesting was some sort of compromise deal, saying give us the mayorship. They want to show a track record of being able to govern well. Surely this is an issue you could have compromised on, bearing in mind you didn't win the municipality outright. So your voters, your supporters must have realized that you didn't have full power in that area. Isn't this exactly the nature of coalitions, that one does have to compromise on certain things?
We came with a better deal for the EFF. We said, look, at Umhlathuze, the IFP is showcasing and excellently performing. And therefore, we cannot kill that showcase and good performance And then we said, EFF, we will give you eThekwini municipality, the only metro in KwaZulu-Natal. If you don't want eThekwini, we'll give you Msunduzi. If you don't want Msunduzi, we'll give you KwaDukuza, which is Stang. And we said, if the DA, EFF, and IFP work together, we will only need 4 smaller parties to take out ANC in eThekwini, which has made eThekwini filthy and a crime scene, and give it over to you, EFF, and you showcase there. And we said, even if you want more than eThekwini, even to Msunduzi, we can hand it over to you so that you get the opportunity. And the EFF said, no, we don't want eThekwini, we don't want Msunduzi, we want Umhlathuze. In a coalition, you need to engage each other. You don't need to impose yourself or want to bully the other group. That is why we came with alternatives.
I hear you. So what I'm hearing is that you said you did try to compromise. So coalitions are a hot topic because many of our councils at local level are coalitions. But as we move towards 2024, we've seen the polls. It looks like the ANC may well fall below 50%. And then we could see coalitions not only at provincial but also at a national level. Are there any red lines for you of who you will and will not work with? You've mentioned the ANC rather. Your experiences with the EFF, has that ruled them out for you? Or do you see a way that you perhaps could work together in any future coalition?
We still can work with the EFF in future, provided the EFF retract the insult they hailed to the IFP on Friday. Once they do that, we'll reopen doors because we serve a similar constituency, the majority of the people in South Africa. We have other parties, DA, Action SA, UDM, and a number of other smaller parties that we can hook up very well to ensure that we save South Africa that has been destroyed by a failed political party, the ANC. Just for your information, in November, the IFP, myself, the UDM, DA, EFF, Al-Jama, as well as COPE and the ANC, we were in Denmark for 2 weeks to learn and share good practices of coalition. As you know, Denmark is one of a matured and an experienced coalition government, especially at the local government level. More than 90% are governed through coalition. And one key factor, once you get into a coalition, you must make it binding for the rest of the term to ensure stability and to ensure that you don't get into a coalition with your eyes closed or fast asleep. Once you get into a coalition, you must know what you are doing, and you must give the public confidence that the thing we are getting in is going to provide you with a stable government for a period of 5 years. A coalition is like a marriage. You work out on a marriage to be successful.
Yeah, and just for a point of clarity, you say there was an insult thrown towards the IFP. Is that when the EFF labelled the IFP as apartheid collaborators? Is that the insult you're referring to?
Exactly.
All right.
Malema went into... Sorry?
No, you continue.
Malema went to the coalition with the IFP, knowing the IFP, and it is the same IFP which he is insulting today. But the South African people know Malema insults everybody. He insulted Madiba, insulted Mbeki, insulted Zuma, now he's insulting Ramaphosa. You see, as a principled political party, we won't want to work with a person who wakes up and insult people and change the following day. We want to work with people who demonstrate to be grown out, matured, and able to respect the other partner in a coalition or in the environment of our country in South Africa.